everyone. Thanks so much for stopping by at the Pedford Peach today. We're going to be checking out something called the Blackberry Lemon Swirled Bars. And these are from her Magnolia Journal Spring Edition. So I love a good lemon bar. Add some blackberries in there. It's going to be a win. So we have everything here. Let's get this blackberry lemon party on. All right, so our first step is to make the crust. So we have a cup of flour. We have some powdered sugar here. Whoops, that needs to come out. Okay. They wants to stay in there. We have some cornstarch. There we go. And just a pinch of salt. And we'll just use our whisker here and get it all combined. You know what, this little bit of powdered sugar is going to drive me crazy, so I am going to get it. I mean, it's like a teaspoon, but it's powdered sugar, so kind of important. All right, right, Penny? Yeah, Penny's right here, she's ready. All right, so now that we have that done, we are going to chop up some butter, and we are going to add that to our flour mixture. So this is cold, very cold, and salted. So I'm just going to chop it real fine, and then we're going to mix it in there and have a nice doughy effect. Once that's done, we are going to put this into our little plate over there that I have already ready to go. It's parchment papered up, and we're going to press it into there to make our crust. And then we're gonna bake it. So let's combine it. Yes, you can use a pastry blender, but I hate pastry cutters. So I get to use my hands. All right. So this looks perfect. We are going to drop it in here. This is our pan, and now I'm going to press this in to the bottom. And so I'm preheating the oven to 350, and this will go in the oven for about 18 minutes. In the meantime, we'll make our filling, which will be the blackberry and lemon mixture. Just make sure it's all even. Bam! All right, so we're gonna put this in the oven for 18 minutes. I'm gonna clean up and we'll get started on our filling. All right, so our next step is to take our blackberries, throw them in the food processor with a tablespoon of sugar to really blend this down. And then we're gonna use a sieve or some kind of thing to get rid of all of the seeds and just use the puree from the blackberries. So let's dump this in with 1 tablespoon of the sugar. We're gonna see the rest of the sugar later on. Stay tuned. And then we are going to mix this up. And if you're wondering, wow, this is such a fancy food processor. My brother-in-law got it for me, so thank you, Ruben. All right. See, I think it's pretty good. Okay, I think we're good. Look how pretty this looks. Okay, so I'm gonna get a sieve ready and we're gonna get out all of the juice. We're only looking for about a half a cup of juice out of all of that, so we should be good. So give me a second to grab the sieve and we'll be right back. All right, so we have our little strainer here. We're gonna use this. I'm gonna dump this in And then we are going to sift out all of the seeds and just work on that yummy blackberry puree juice. That's what we're looking for here. Okay. Let's see. Kind of disappointing that you throw all that juice in and it's only like a half a cup of puree. So it's like $9 blackberries right there, you know what I'm saying? It's working. It's working. You know, looking at this, I didn't realize the blackberry seeds were that big. See that? I think we just have enough now. Seems like the rest of this stuff is very clumpy. I'm sure I could sit here for another hour and get a lot of it out, maybe, but it only does say, let's see this, we should get about a half a cup of puree. We definitely have more than a half a cup. So I feel good about it. And let me just get this last little bit down here. All right, I'm gonna discard the seeds, clean this up, and we'll get ready for our next step. All right, so here is our lovely puree. We're gonna dump this into a saucepan. We're gonna head over to the stove and we're gonna let this come to a boil. And then we're gonna do some snazzy stuff over here, which is take the remaining cornstarch and we're gonna combine that with some orange juice and mix it together. Once this comes to a boil, we'll mix the two together. So let's head over to the stove, get this going. And in 10 seconds, our crust is done. Leave that off to the side. We have this going to a boil. All right, so while we're getting our blackberry puree, starting to get that boiling, we're gonna put together our 1.5 teaspoons of cornstarch. Now you can use water for this next one or an orange, so I'm gonna use fresh orange. And oh, this looks so good. I know this is not big enough, but I'm still gonna try and squeeze this in here so that we just need about a tablespoon, and that should do it. Okay. I'm gonna whisk this together. Then once our boiling puree is done, we'll mix these two together. All right, we just have to wait. Okay, so our blackberry is boiled. We're gonna add in our orange and cornstarch mixture. I'm gonna stir it up. We're gonna let this cook together for about 1 minute. It smells very good. It's like really good. It smells fresh. All right, so this is all ready to go. I am gonna transfer this back into the bowl and we're gonna let this chill out for a while until we're ready to use it. Because now we're gonna come back to the stove and we're gonna start making our filling, which is lots of eggs and lemons. Okay, be back. All right, so before we head back to the stove to kind of combine some of our ingredients, including our eggs, we are going to first zest some lemon, and then we're gonna juice some lemon and orange. So I'm just gonna get this going. I think we need, how much? 1 tablespoon. All right, so we have our zest. Now let's juice. How much do we need? Am I gonna be here all day? Five cups. Just kidding. Half a cup. If it was 5 cups, I would have cheated and gotten, you know, the lemon juice pre-made or pre-done. Okay, good thing I got lots of lemons. Then we need 1/4 cup of orange. So we will, all right, that's a half a cup, people. Right? Yes, it is. Part of me just wants to use the last lemon, but you know what? I'm not going to because I don't want to break the rules and then something happened and it's over. Okay, and then we also need 1/4 cup of orange, so I am going to use this. Let's see if I can squeeze this in like this. I know it's a little conventional. No, it's not going to go so far. Maybe it will. Okay. Orange. It's actually working really well. All right. A little bit more. Almost there. I'll just do a little bit here. We'll use this. This should just about do it. One last squeeze. All right. I think we're good. So we have our 6 egg yolks, 2 whole eggs. We have our lemon zest. We have our lemon and orange juice. And I think we're ready to go. And we have some sugar. So we're gonna head over to the stove and combine all this and start whisking away. All right, so it's time to add in our eggs, which is again the 6 egg yolks and then 2 whole eggs. All right. The remaining sugar, which is a cup. And then our orange and lemon zest. And we're gonna whisk this together. For 8 minutes. I make lemon bars very similar to this, but I actually don't cook this beforehand or whisk it. I actually put it right on top of the crust and then bake it. And they're always a hit. So I'm very excited to try this way. So give it a second to warm up and we'll keep whisking. All right, this is all done. It is nice and thick. We're gonna head over to the counter, run it through the strainer. Oh, I'm sorry, Bauer. And then get all of the thick, look at that. Oh yeah. All right. Just gonna run this through. Right. All right, all set. Now we are going to take our butter, which is 6 tablespoons. We're gonna just drop these in and we're gonna stir it until it melts. Good thing I could see, this is why I wore black, people, because I knew I was gonna make a mess and it's gross. This is what this is all about. right. I have to get my whisker out because we will need to whisk the heavy cream in, which is 2 tablespoons. And then once this is all mixed in, we're gonna drop this into our crust. Then we're gonna top it off with our blackberry puree and make some nice swirls. Just waiting for that butter to fully melt. Just to see a few last little clumps in here. Okay, we're good. Now, let's take our whisker, drop this in, whisk this together. Perfection, looks yummy. All right, let me grab our pan. All right, I'm gonna drop this over, right on top. Of course, I put my, there we go. Spread it around. All right, done. Now, we are going to take our blackberry mixture and using just a knife or whatever you want, something thin you feel comfortable with, I'm gonna drop this right on top. It says drop teaspoons of blackberry sauce over the lemon filling and using a skewer or a thin knife, we'll make some nice little patterns. Dump some more on here. It's not enough. I like that this lemon mixture is like jelly right now. It's like it's jiggling. All right, make some nice patterns here. Still have a little bit more to use. Okay, now this goes back in the oven for 25 minutes. And then this has to cool for about an hour and then we can taste it. But I'm excited, it looks good. Penny's very excited. I don't know if you just heard her, but she's pumped for these. I'm kidding. But all right, see you in 25. See ya. All right, everyone, it is time to try our Blackberry Swirled lemon bars. They look so good, so I'm very excited to try them out. Wow, so good. Okay, let me just take one more bite. Okay, so good. I love the lemon filling. I actually like this better than the one that I made. It's a little more fluffier, something to it I love. But I love the blackberry swirl on top. It's such a nice little added touch. Yes, it took a little bit more time because we had to process the blackberries and then we had to, strain the seeds out, but it was all worth it in the end. So delicious, love everything about these 100%. So, if you need a lemon bar and you want a little added flair to it, try these out from Magnolia Journal Spring Edition. So thanks so much for stopping by at the Peppered Peach today. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Hey everyone, thanks so much for stopping by at the Peppered Peach today. We're gonna be checking out something called the Blueberry? No, it's the Blackberry. Okay. All right, y'all, it is time to try our Blackberry Swirled. No, it's not how you say swirled. Hey everyone, thanks so much for stopping by at the Peppered Peach today. Nope, that was the mic, that was that coming on.
Oh, I'm like, what the heck is going on here?
The internet's down, the lights are off.